Hi, Shantanu. Hi, Saraswati. Hi. So, how is it? How is it going? Yeah. Not heavy-hearted those efforts. Yeah. Now that day I wanted knowingly to keep you engaged with your encodes. Okay. And that day you were talking about the pop-ups. Yeah, I saw something popping up, avoided so just to recap, we had discussed we took a good time and we discussed each of your encodes that the system is throwing out from what you have selected. And similarly for you. Now, what it was that the system was giving you a hint. So I didn't want to elaborate much into it. Okay. System has given you a hint how to tweak your encodes to e-codes. Mm-hmm. That is empowering codes. So how can you change it? How can you improve on it so that you get a positive results? Okay. So now you can go and check on what has popped out. Mm-hmm. It was in front of each of your encodes. Mm-hmm. And it may not be 100% correct or it may not be just straight answer. With your experience, with your situation, you can tweak it to look more comfortable. So I am giving you an exercise. Go to that pop-up and just do the tweaking to each of your e-codes suggested.
Yeah, so before we get into that, I had developed an encode just a few hours back.
Oh my God, tell me.
And like for example, there was an incident where the chair that you were sitting on, it broke.
Yeah.
Right. So I actually saw you swaying in that chair also.
Okay.
Okay. And I felt that if you sway, the chair will break. Okay. So that was an encode. So now I'm trying to change it because
he'll never allow anyone to sway now.
This chair
allows you to do that.
Yeah, allows you to do that. So
good, we have deleted the video.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's start with this. Now, Saraswati, how you have got your e-codes done?
Yeah, done. And
you just speak about your encode and how you are converting it.
Yeah, the encode that you really specified in the previous session was getting rich is about being in the right place at the right time, which you really wanted me to elaborate.
Yeah.
That came into a conclusion as if I'm the master of my own fate.
Yeah.
So, and the next one was...
Again, I'd like you to explain this also. Because we'll not go into each of it, but whatever we discuss, we should go...
Yeah, now I have realized this, that something which I really want, if it doesn't really fall into my my plate, I used to pretend giving like it is because of external reasons.
Okay.
But might be if I think over it.
You thought it's your fate.
Yeah, and now I come to the conclusion that I can make my own fate.
Okay.
Everything is in my hand.
Okay.
I can tweak the ways.
Okay.
And let things fall into my place.
Right.
There are always way for everything.
So you see the system has guided you and you have really changed your encode.
Really it has. Like I'll tell you one more thing. There was one encode which was pretending like nothing is wrong.
Okay.
I used to do this.
Yes.
Even if wrong was happening, I used to take it, okay, nothing is wrong in this. It's fine. Chalo, let's move on.
Okay.
But what the e-code came for it is, only the truth can set me free.
Okay.
I had been backing myself in realizing, no, this is wrong.
Okay.
I always took it, even the wrong thing is as if right. Okay. But now I can understand that if I take that wrong thing as a realization, no, wrong is wrong, then only I'll try to throw that thing out of my life.
Yes.
Unless and until I realize this, I won't be able to throw things out, wrong things out of my life.
Right.
And one more was that I can't find or afford the help I need.
Okay.
The e-code that I got is I have abundance of resources.
So now you have started looking out for resources?
Yeah.
So can you...
so
what you have started thinking now?
Thinking process has not changed, the looking process has changed.
Okay.
Before I used to think, like things was like visible as if I don't have ways for any work.
Okay.
Now my eyes have started looking for ways.
Okay. Options.
So my thinking has not, but my looking at things, looking at the scenario of certain phases of my life has really changed.
Okay.
My eyes are themselves looking for options for the work to be done.
So now we have come to a conclusion that we cannot drastically change our encodes, but we can tweak it to a positive code, and that we call it empowering code. So each of your negative codes that we have formed within us can be tweaked to an empowering code.
Yeah, true.
So Shantanu, can you have some examples from your side?
Yeah, so the first one that I said was, when it comes to work and money, I just want stability.
Yeah.
So stability and risk, they don't go together, right? So the E-code that I can think of is, I can take calculated risks and achieve the financial success without jeopardizing the important things in my life.
It's just for writing, or you have taken it into yourself?
I have taken it to myself. I have taken it to myself.
1 or 2 things that you have done.
Although it's the statement that I just made, it may seem to be chui moi. In Bengali we have a phrase called Dhori Mach Nachvi Pani.
Can you explain it?
Yeah, Dhori Mach Nachvi Pani means I want to catch fish, but I don't want to touch water.
Good example.
So this one, I am saying that I can take calculated risks and achieve financial success without jeopardizing the important things in my life, which means I have actually touched upon everything. Because for me, my duties, my honor and everything, again, I'm talking from the perspective of my baselines as well. So those still remain important. Okay.
And we want it to remain important.
So they are
should
important.
Be a part of all your decision making.
And then the encode, which I can think of, as I say, that all the encodes that I actually have may not be articulated the way it should be in the list. Because the list doesn't know me, the tool doesn't know me. The way I think of is, like, for example, gaining money can only be done in not so honorable way. So this was a kind of encode.
Yes, this is very common.
And it's a very common one, and it had actually built up in my head.
The way we have grown up, our parents have guided us.
Yeah, because when I see someone who doesn't have any education earning millions, so I also, so this came as an encode. Like, come on, if you are not educated, you can earn one. Something like that. But then, now I can see the drive that was there. So it's not just the education that brings the money, it's also the drive that you have. It's also the passion that you have. Hunger that you have. And in fact, this gives a very nice perspective. You must have seen, so since we are all from Kolkata, you will find there is a North Calcutta and there is South Calcutta. Okay? If you look at North Calcutta people are the originals, whom we call Ghoti. So most of the Ghotis are in the North Calcutta, whereas in the South Calcutta, if you see, most of the people, they have actually migrated from Bangladesh. Hindus, I'm not saying, not necessarily Muslims. Okay, so after partition, a lot of people migrated, a lot of camps were set up, and they are mostly
and I have seen in Hajras and near Kali Mandir and Gariyahats.
So that's why you will find that most of, like for example, Punjabis, when you get in Bhawanipur. Okay, the South Indians, you get in the Lake Market area. Okay, so that means people who have actually come and established themselves from outside, they are mostly in South Calcutta. Now, if you look at which area of Kolkata is more prosperous, definitely South Calcutta. Because the North Calcuttan people, they got into this self-satisfaction of we are the originals, we hail from this. So the drive was lost. Most of the time, they have huge houses and one house has like hundreds of shariks and they keep on fighting amongst each other. Addabaji and all those things, they are the hallmarks of North Calcutta. Which has actually stopped their progress to the next level. Whereas people who came from outside and migrated, they knew that I have to fight for myself.
Like you're speaking similarly, I got an expression that India can be divided into 4 zones, north, south, east. Like they said that east is a part of India where people live in the past.
Right.
Maybe it's just a generalization. South is they are tradition bounded. West is more progressive, and the
Not the
North
fighters.
is not the fighters, hard mentality,
Yeah.
harsh. So it's like that.
And there is a reason for that also.
Yeah.
If you see, most of the invasions,
Yeah.
it happened from the northern
North.
side.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So all the invaders, the Mughals and everyone, they came from north,
Yeah.
and the north people are the ones who had to fight the most.
Yeah.
That defines them.
Right.
Right? South has been totally
Aloof.
cut off from India. So after India was created, South became part of it incidentally.
Yeah.
So they were never part of our traditions.
Yeah.
So they had their own tradition and they have stuck on to that.
Yeah.
That's the reason why the Tamil nationalism and all those things are so very
Strong.
ingrained. As far as East is concerned, East has always been the richest area
Yeah.
with respect to the kind of mineral richness, land richness. East has always been the richest area God has given, and so they got used to the richness, and with richness comes culture.
Yeah.
So they have held on to our culture and our this thing. You will find it in Bengal, you will find it in Assam.
Yeah.
All those areas, they are very, very sort of area centric.
Yeah.
Okay, that leaves the West.
Right.
West had the best access, sea access to outside.
They were into trade and marketing.
So they actually had that. So when they went westward,
Yeah.
they actually earned.
Yeah.
So that makes the West, the whole West coastline.
Yeah.
If you look at Kerala,
Yeah.
although Kerala is in south, but I would like to, from mentality wise,
Yeah.
I would like to think of them as West, because every household, almost every household in Kerala, they have someone in the Gulf.
Yeah.
The Kerala economy runs from the Gulf money because a lot of money gets transmitted.
Yes.
Okay, so so cutting the long story short,
It was nice. See, at times
I
we
had a
make
breakthrough in this encode and conversion to e-codes and all, or holding it into other views. Like this, I had no pretending like nothing is wrong.
Yeah.
I had a very bad phase with my after my married life,
Okay.
when my mother-in-law used to shout a lot on me,
Okay.
and I used to this habit I used to take it as if nothing is wrong. She is the eldest of the family. She is on a motherhood phase.
Yeah.
She can shout on me.
Okay.
But now I can relate that that made a habit of hers, that shouting on me even on the best part of me.
Okay.
She never took my best part as a positive one or accepted. So now I have a
You didn't get a
realization.
recognition.
Yeah, now I have the realization that once if I would have realized that time that what she was doing is wrong, I would have raised my voice. I would have protested that, and that could have come up into a positive thing.
Yeah.
I would have got boosting. Might be I could have changed her thought process.
Right.
So now I have really, after so much of discussion, I had a breakthrough here itself.
Good. We need more breakthroughs. And let's conclude the session.
yeah, sure.
Thanks, Shantanu. Thanks,
Thanks.
Saraswati.
Thank you.
Let's have some more breakthroughs.
Yeah.